Hi guys, here is another lecture for home office and branch accounting. This is part 1 because this is a 4-part special. Okay, so 2 for discussion, lectures, and then 2 for guided exercises that I will be giving. I hope this covers everything. Kasi masyado siyang mahaba when I looked at the 2022 board exams. Medyo medyo madami din yung covered ng home office and branch accounting kaya bibigyan natin to ng emphasis. Okay, so yan. So let's start. What's a branch? A branch is a separate business unit but subject to the control of the home office. Hindi siya kagaya ng agency na hindi kontrolado ng agent, ng home office ng agent. The actions of the agent usually do not reflect the actions of the home office. However, for the branch, the actions of the branch reflects the home office and the home office to the branch. Okay, parang extension lang ng sarili niya. Okay, the home office determines the degree of self-management exercised by the branch. So, ina-assess lagi ni home office if this branch is actually profitable, is it a liability, if masyado lang nag-incur to ng cost, pasara na natin kaysa sa cost lang, incurrence lang ng cost, hindi naman nagko-contribute ng profit or mas nagko-contribute pa siya sa loss. Okay? The next, it has its own records but are combined with the home office when preparing the general purpose FS. So, dito tayo papasok sa accounting part wherein pag separate yung financial statement na ginagawa, the usual setup. Okay? Parang separate, parang business entity si branch, then business entity si home office. However, for general purpose financial statement, pinagko-combine ang mga FS ng branch sa home office. Tatanggalin na natin yung mga transactions between the two of them. Okay? Kasi, combination of the accounts of the branch and then the home office and then yung inter-branch, intercompany transaction, tatanggalin natin because it does not reflect the true profit, the true operations of the whole entity. Okay? So, yun yung gagawin natin mamaya. Yan. Combined financial statements are prepared by adding together similar items of assets, liabilities, income, and expenses. So, yun lang. Pag may cash si home office, add mo lang sa cash ni branch. Pag may accounts receivable si home office, add mo sa accounts receivable ni branch. Okay, parang ganun lang. Add ka lang ng add, and then you eliminate reciprocal accounts. Okay, so ma'am, ano ba yung reciprocal accounts? Reciprocal account is for internal reporting purposes to keep track of what is happening between the home office, between the branches. Okay, gusto malaman ni home office, what is the day-to-day transaction between me, the home office, and the branches. The branches, the branches. So, ibig sabihin, hindi lang isa yung branch. Okay? Investment in branch account is for the home office to maintain in its books the investments in the branches. So, yun yung nasa libro ng home office. Investment in branch. Okay? Para dun niya ipapasok lahat ng binibigay niya sa mga branches or investments in the branches. Sa part ng branches, ang nakalagay is home office account. Okay, home office account ang nasa branches. Okay? Doon mo ilalagay lahat ng transactions between you and the home office. Okay? So, tatanda na, investment in branch is a home office books. Home office account is nasa branch books. Okay? So, reciprocal accounts, investment in branch is an asset in the home office financial statement. Nasa asset portion siya, meaning to say, ang normal balance niya is debit. Okay? So, home office account is an equity account in the branch individual financial state. Equity siya. Normal balance ng equity account is credit. Okay? So, how to increase home office account, increases in investment between the branch and then the home office. Pag si home office ang nagre-record, it will be a debit to investment in branch. Pag si branch ang nagre-record, it is a credit sa home office account. Okay? Remember that. Yan. Sabi nga, for every entry ni home office transacting with the branch, may corresponding entry si branch. So, sabay sila nag-e-entry. Okay? Pag nawala ang isa, hindi magbabalance ang reciprocal accounts. At pag hindi balance ang reciprocal accounts, you have to do reconciliation. Para siyang bank reconciliation. Oh, the horror of the bank reconciliation. Okay? Anyway, so, sa investment in branch, tingnan natin kung ano itsura ng investment in branch T account. Okay? So, you debit assets transfers to the branch. Okay, that's your investment. You also debit the profit of the branch. Okay? You also debit the liabilities and expenses incurred or paid by home office on behalf of the branch. Okay, you debit that. Okay? Then, next, assets received from the branch. So, yung mga natanggap mo from the branch, ka-credit mo. And then, you credit loss of branch. Ma'am, bakit may letters? Yung kasi yung counterpart niya sa kabila. Look for letter A. Assets transfers to branch. Kay home office, letter A niya is naka-credit. Assets received from home office. So, yun yung counterpart. Okay? Letter B, assets received from branch. Tingnan niyo yung assets transfers to home office. Naka-debit siya sa home office. Okay? Ang loss, naka-debit din. Ang sa home office books, profit is naka-credit. And then, liabilities and expenses incurred or paid by home office on behalf of the branch, naka-credit siya. So, yun yung mga expenses na siya yung nagbayad. Okay? It's a form actually of investment. Okay? On the part of the home office. Okay? Take note. Oh, di ba may emphasis? Every debit account, there's a corresponding credit on the other side, on the other account. So, yun yung sinasabi ko. These accounts must be equal at any given point of time. Yun nga, balance dapat yung dalawang reciprocal accounts. If hindi, reconciliation procedures needs to be done before combining the financial statements. Kailangan mong hanapin, saan ba ako nagkamali? May mali ba dun sa recording ni accountant ni branch? O ako, ang accountant ng home office, may mali ba sa ginagawa ko? Or baka naman, may paparating pa lang na record na ni branch, yung paparating pa lang sa akin, syempre hindi ko pa natatanggap at inabisuhan naman ako, pero syempre hindi ko pa natatanggap, baka naman mali yung yung sabi sa akin, gusto ko maging sure kasi accountant ako. Hindi ko pa siya nare-record, in transit pa lang, baka ganun yung nangyari. O baka naman, mathematical error, mali yung compute ko, or mali yung compute ng yung accountant ng mga branches. Yung mga ganun. Yun yung mga considerations that you have to take sa reconciliation. Okay? So, don't worry, meron tayong guided exercises for reconciliation procedures. Okay? So, let's go to sample journal entries. Okay? Home office establishes a branch for an initial investment of 2 million in cash. Okay, paano nire-record itong establishment of a branch? Sa home office books, you debit investment in branch, you credit cash because cash yung binayad. Pag utang, ay di liabilities. Ano, for the branch, you credit cash, okay? And you debit cash, you credit home office. Okay? So, yan. Dali, diba? Next, branch acquires equipment for 700,000 to be carried in the branch books with emphasis na to be carried siya sa branch books and ang bumili is ang branch. Branch acquires equipment for 700,000 to be carried in the branch books. Okay? Remember, titingnan yung pinagkakaiba-iba ng transactions. So, sa home office books, walang entry. Sa branch books, you have debit equipment and then credit cash. And syempre, may depreciation yan. Debit depreciation expense, accumulated depreciation. You will only do this if the branch is the one who acquired the equipment and kikarried siya sa branch books. Okay? When the property is carried in the branch books, the recording is maintained by the branch in the normal way. Okay? Next, branch acquires equipment for 400,000 to be carried in the home office books. Ito, ilalagay din siya sa home office books. Kumbaga pag sinara si branch, yung equipment kay home office. Okay? So, home office books, we have debit, equipment, branch. You have to indicate na kay branch siya. And then, credit investment in branch. Okay? Then, for the branch books, you debit home office. Okay? Then, you credit cash. Okay? So, yan. Then, we have for the accumulated depreciation or for the depreciation, you debit investment in branch, and then you credit accumulated depreciation. And then you, for the branch books, we debit depreciation expense, you credit home office. Okay? This is actually a reduction in the investment in branch and home office accounts. Okay? The home office will record depreciation as deduction to the investment in branch account. The physical possession and use of the equipment is maintained by the branch. So, yun nga, kahit ang bumili or nga, carried in the home office books, ang gagamit is yung branch. Okay? Reduction siya. Kaya kita niyo naka-credit ang investment in branch and then naka-credit yung, naka-debit yung home office. Okay? So, remember branch yung bumili, pero sa home office books siya inilagay. Kailangan carried siya sa home office books. Okay? So, yan. Next, home office acquires furniture for 70,000 to be carried in the branch books. Okay, this one, ang bumili is home office. Okay, then sa branch books siya ilalagay or i-carry. Okay, we have, syempre, investment yan ni branch. You debit, investment in branch, credit cash. Okay, if liability ang pinambili, credit cash. Credit liabilities. Then for depreciation, walang entry. Next, we have for the branch book, syempre sila nakatanggap, debit furnitures, credit home office because it is an increase in the investment, okay, ng home office. And then we debit depreciation expense and credit accumulated depreciation. Okay? This one, home office acquires furniture for 50,000 to be carried in the home office books, but possession and use of the equipment is transferred to the branch. Ang bumili ay home office, pero ang gagamit ay branch. Okay? So, at siya ay nakalagay sa home office books. Yun home office ang bumili, sa home office carried, pero ang gagamit is branch. So, nakalagay, debit, furniture, branch, then credit, cash, kasi siya yung bumili. So, kaya, naka-indicate na naka-branch siya. Then, sa branch books, no entry. And then, we have home office books investment in branch, debit, then credit accumulated depreciation as reduction sa investment, and then debit depreciation expense, credit home office. You have to remember all of this kung sinong bumili, kung kanino ilalagay na libro. Okay, kasi malimit ang gagamit naman. Kaya, at saka sige, tandaan nyo na kung sino gagamit. Kasi mamaya, baka may problem na ang gagamit pala yung home office, pa branch ka pa. Home office naman pala ang gagamit. Okay? Nilito ka lang. Okay, you have to remember, again, sinong bumili, kaninong book siya i-carry, and then, sinong gagamit. Okay, so, remember that, pwede mong i-note siya. Pwede kong gumawa ng table na kapag home office ang bumili, kaninong libro, home office din, paano ang journal entry. Kapag branch ang bumili, pero ilalagay kay home office, anong entry ang ilalagay. Okay? So, yan. Next. Home office transfers inventory worth 250,000 to the branch. Freight paid by the office. The home office is 20,000. So, ngayon, si home office nagpadala na ng inventory. You debit investment in branch because it's an investment, and you credit shipments to branch and then cash. Okay? Ano yung cash? Yun yung freight. Yun yung ibinayad niyang freight papunta doon sa branch. Okay? This is, ang assumption pa niya is at cost. Kasi, pag may ipinatong kang presyo, yun na yung special problems. Dito muna tayo sa basic. Okay, sa basic, wala kang pinapatong, at cost siya. Kaya ganyan pa lang yung kanyang journal entry. Okay? Next, sa branch books, we debit shipments from home office, we debit freight in, and then we credit home office. Okay? So, mapapansin nyo, magkasama lagi yung shipments at yung freight. Notes on transfer of inventories. The shipments from home office account is like the purchases account for the periodic inventory system. So, para daw siyang purchases. Sa halip na purchases ay shipments. Kasi ang nag-purchase talaga niya is home office. Pinadala lang sa branch. Kaya shipments from home office. Then, the inventory account may be used for perpetual inventory system. Pag perpetual inventory system, inventory na lang daw gamitin. Pero, for the sake of specifics, shipments from home office laging ginagamit. Okay, any freight paid by the home office or transfer of inventory to branch forms part of the inventory of the branch. Yun nga, kung nasaan si shipment, okay, kung nasaan si shipment, nandun din si freight. Kasi part na siya ng inventory ng branch. Parang added cost ng inventory. Ano yung freight? Parang shipping cost. Okay, parang ganun lang. Okay? Next, we have home office transfer inventory worth 100,000 to the branch. Freight is paid by the branch. Ito, yung kanina nagbayad ng freight ay home office. Dito ang nagbayad ay branch. Okay? So we have investment in branch, debit, credit, shipments to branch. Wala siyang ilalagay na cash or whatever kasi hindi naman siya nagbayad ng freight. On the part of the branch, you debit shipments, you debit freight in kasi added cost na siya ng inventory, you credit home office, and syempre, you credit cash na binayad mo. Okay, for the freight. Okay? The freight still forms part of the branch inventory but nothing is charged to the investment in branch or the home office account kasi hindi nga kasi si home office yung nagbayad. Ano? So, yeah. Branch purchases inventory worth 80,000 on account from outside party. Oh. Freight paid by the branch is 5,000. Ito, hindi involved si home office. Bumili siya sa tagalabas. Okay? So, pag bumili siya sa tagalabas, walang involved na reciprocal accounts. Kasi that's outside the transaction between home office and branch. So, yung normal way of dealing. So, debit purchases, debit freight in, credit accounts payable, and then credit cash for the freight paid. Okay? Sa home office, wala siyang pakialam doon kasi third party siya bumili. Okay? So, yun yung outsiders. Okay? Nangyayari yun, uno mo. Yung nakikita nyo pag naubusan ng Coke si Jollibee. Nabili sila sa sa Kaido, sa City Mart ng Coke. Okay, so yun. Branch makes total sales of 700,000 on account. So, this one is nag-sales na si branch. So, wala naman transaction from home office, kaya no entry kay home office. Kay branch is debit accounts receivable, credit sales. Okay, the usual. Next, branch collects 800,000 from accounts receivable. Walang transaction kay home office. Kay branch, debit cash, credit, accounts receivable. Okay. Branch remits 500,000 cash collections to the home office. Ito, may transaction na. Nag-dealings na uli sila. Nag-remit. Okay, how do you do that? It's a deduction sa investment in branch. Okay, remittances. So, debit cash, nakatanggap kasi si home office ng cash, and then credit investment in branch. Okay, as a deduction na, okay, sige, nag-remit na sa akin si home office, bawasan na natin yung habulin natin sa kanya. Okay, then next we debit home office deduction and then credit cash. Next, branch incurs various operating expenses amounting to 200,000, one half of which is unpaid. So, no transaction with home office, so no entry. So, sa branch box, we have various expenses, debit, credit cash, and then credit accrued expenses if unpaid pa rin yung iba. Ano? Okay? Home office allocates 10,000 salaries expense and 10,000 general overhead costs to the branch. Ito, si home office magbibigay ng ayuda. Magbibigay ng share niya. Kasi may mga home office nga na nagbibigay ng share sa kanila mga branches like 7-Eleven from what I have heard from the may-ari of the 7-Eleven. Meron namang certain percentage ng expenses ng branches ay binibigyan ng home office. However, hindi lahat shoulder. Kaya, if may 7-Eleven ka daw, at medyo matumal ang benta, lalo na ngayong pandemic, lugi ka talaga kasi 24 hours siyang bukas. I don't know if 7-Elevens ngayon sa Philippines is 24 hours bukas. I haven't tried going out of the curfew hours. Okay, so yun. So, because with transaction between home office and branch, you debit investment in branch, you credit salaries expense, you credit general overhead expense. Okay? So, siya ay parang investment na din. Okay? Kasi dinadagdag mo siya doon sa account nung branch. Okay? So, on the other side, i-recognize mo na siya as the usual as an expense. Okay, kasi si branch naman talaga yung may expense. Kaya debit, salaries expense, debit overhead, general overhead expense, credit home office. Okay? So, yeah. To close the branch profits to the reciprocal account. So, ito yung ending na, yung closing entries na. So, after you have closed the entries, alam niyo naman kung paano mag-close ng entries. Ano, yung mga with debit balance, kine-credit mo, and those with credit balances, dinedebit mo. Okay? So, sa home office, debit investment in branch, then credit income summary, branch, and then sa branch books, we have debit income summary, then credit home office. Okay, as a deduction, as an increase in the equity home office account, and on the part of the home office is an increase in the assets, which is the investment in branch. Okay, so yun nga, reciprocal account siya. Ngayon, sabi nga natin, dapat sila ay balance. However, there will come a time na hindi siya balance, and this is always the favorite pag hindi balance. Okay, so what do? We reconcile, like how we do it sa bank reconciliation. So reconciling the reciprocal accounts is like bank reconciliation. The reciprocal accounts need to be equal, if not, reconciliation must be done. Okay? Yan. These are the reconciling items. So we have transfers in transit. Okay, oh my God, transfers in transit. Asset transfers between the home office and the branch which are not yet recorded by the recipient. So kung siya'y papunta kay home office, malamang na-record na siya ni branch. Okay, kasi papunta pa lang kay home office. So, transfers in transit yon. So, hindi pa nire-record ni home office yon. Kung siya ay home office to branch, malamang ni-record na ni home office. Hindi pa nare-receive ni branch, so hindi pa niya nire-record. Okay, so, reconciling items yon. Okay, we have unrecorded debit and credit memos. A debit memo from the home office increases the investments in branch. The corresponding entry in the branch book should be a credit to the home office account. Okay, and vice versa for the credit memo. Okay, so pag sinabing debit memo from the home office, okay, debit memo sa home office, kasi sa kanila, nag-i-increase yung investment in branch account kapag dinedebit, kaya debit memo. Pag naka-receive si branch ng debit memo, ibig sabihin, mag-i-increase yung equity home office account. Okay, pag naman sila nakatanggap ng credit memo from the home office, ibig sabihin deduction yon. Kasi ang isipin mo is investment in branch pag naka-credit, deduction. Okay? So, deduction siya. There is a corresponding deduction sa equity home office sa branch books. Okay? So, yon. Then, errors. Yan, errors. We have omissions, double recording, or mathematical mistakes. Ma'am, may double recording? Oo naman, meron. Okay, ma'am, challenging tong part na to. Medyo. Okay, kailangan mo talagang you put yourself in the shoes of the branch and the shoes of the home office, and dapat mastered mo yung journal entries na kailangan for each transaction, kasi yun yung magiging guide mo sa ano ba yung dapat na entry at ano ba yung ginawa nilang entry at paano ko itatama yung entry yun yung reconciling amount. Okay, yun yung aking babaguhin, yun yung aking i-deduct, or yun yung aking i-add. Kung hindi mo pagtutuunan ng pansin yung journal entries na diniscuss natin sa basic home branch and home office and branch accounting, mahirapan ka sa reconciliation. Kaya you have to master first yung journal entries, okay? Baby steps muna. Okay? And then you try answering the reconciling problems. Okay? Baby steps pa rin, baby steps. Okay lang na, ano nga yun, paano nga yun. Tapos, in the long run naman, makakasanayan nyo yan. Okay? Again, dapat mastered yung journal entries para alam mo kung ano yung dapat na journal entry, ano yung ginawa niyang journal entry, at paano itatama yung ginawa niyang journal entry. Okay? Only then can you say how much is the reconciling items, reconciling amount na i-add or i-minus. Okay? So, yun lang muna for the basic lecture. Then, I will be giving a guided nabigay ko na yung guided exercises. I will be uploading the solution for the reconciling guided exercises. Para at least, na-try nyo na siyang i-reconcile. Tingnan natin if yung suggested answers ko is the same with yours. Okay, so yun lang.